Hey all, welcome to the Forex Bunker's live event. This is just a small re-record of the actual event as the recording did not work. We'll go over what we spoke about and see how we go. Alright, let's get started. Now, we covered the major topic of screen time. It was only about half an hour or 40 minutes all up, and then we moved on to other topics that were just random. But what we're going to do in this video is just talk about screen time and what we covered. The first thing we covered is the standard marketing gimmick of set and forget trading. Some people might not agree with me on this, but set and forget trading is something that I think is a load of crap. There's so many times where you could take this approach and lose money because you weren't watching the market. Focusing on the market and paying attention to your trades as they are on is very important, regardless if it's a 5-minute time frame or a daily time frame. While a daily time frame you wouldn't have to look at the chart as often because the swing points aren't that important to you, you still need to focus on the trade. While you wouldn't have to sit there for the same amount of time as a 5-minute, the concept is still the same. So this is a very important part if you are learning how to trade, because there is so much information out there in the Forex world, or even in the trading world, that says, oh, just place your trade and go away. But this is just not correct. It just doesn't work. We need to pay attention to our trades. We need to focus on more than just the chart. We'll get to that at point 3. We need to do the analysis, place the trade, and monitor and react accordingly. Now this is hard for some people as emotion starts to play a part in their trading, but you really need to deal with that as a separate topic. Losing money and making money is emotional, and you need to separate yourself away from that and look at the market for what it really is. Alright, let's move on to the next point of 2 hours of trading is not enough. Now, when I first said this in the live event, people said, but if you trade daily, you don't have to sit in front of the computer for 2 hours. Well, I challenged those people with the statement, how do you read the news? Do you read what the current events of the market are? Even if you're a speed reader, you would still need around an hour to 2 hours a day trading daily charts to read the news, to find out what's happening, to find out what the focus is, to see what the news announcements were and how they affect your pair that you trade. You see, trading is more than just looking at charts. It is about the whole picture of the market movement, the whole currency. It's not just about an indicator or price movement or a special line, a trend line or a support and resistance line. It's not just about that. It's about the whole market moving in the direction that it's worth. And you get some of this picture from fundamental analysis. So reading the news, assessing that. And this is a very important part of your day in a trader's life. And to learn how to trade, you need to do this daily. And when, let's say you go on holidays, when you get back, spend a couple of days before you even place a trade to find out where the market is and why it is at that price level, etc. What has happened while you were on holidays in the news? Go back and read it. So my suggestion to everyone is to spend at least 1 to 2 hours a day looking at the news. And then on top of that, your charts. The fundamental analysis is the most important part of your trading. If you don't understand the market and don't understand why it is where it is, then the odds that you will lose money are very high. Because you don't know why the price just pushed through a support and resistance line if you haven't read the news. Alright. Next thing we'll cover is, by just looking at the charts, you are not going to get the whole picture of the market. Now, I've covered this a little bit just then, but as traders, we start to look at charts and go, they are the be all and end all. That's all I need to do. And as I said before, when you are trading a daily time frame, looking at a chart is less in hours than looking at a 15 or a 5-minute chart. Means sitting on your butt on your chair watching charts is what I meant. But it's still required. You still need to do your analysis. You do your chart analysis for your best odds. You do your fundamental analysis for all the direction of the pair and the current state of the market. And then you do use price action to get your entries and exits. This is a very important flow of information and analysis when you approach your trading. If you are just approaching your trading as, oh, I'll spend 2 hours looking at the charts and I'll place some trades, well, I'd put a beer on it that your success isn't as good as it could be. If you're not looking at the news as well as looking at the chart, then you start to be a bit stuck. You don't get all the information that you need. It's like when you build something that you bought, like a lounge suite or a flat pack, bit of furniture, or even a car, and you're left off with a bucket full of pieces that you don't know where they go. It's exactly the same with trading. Without taking the time to sit in front of your computer and read the news, look at the charts, look at price action, do your analysis, you're ripping yourself off. You are leaving bits that are supposed to be in the puzzle, supposed to be a part of the whole picture, and just leaving it in the bucket, just like when you were constructing a piece of furniture or a car. It doesn't work very well. While it might work for a bit of time, overall it's not going to work very well. And the market will be around for a while. It doesn't care what you think. It doesn't react to how you trade and just let you get your 15 pips and move on, or whatever you aim for. So it's a very important part, screen time, and it is mostly skewed by the other Forex sites around. I'll give you another analogy. If you want to become a doctor or any trade, like an electrician or a plumber, you have to spend time learning how to do this. And especially as a doctor, as you learn, you need to learn more to get a better picture of your current field. You don't just go to uni, do your 5 years or whatever, come out and you know everything. It's a constant learning experience. It's the same with trading. It's a constant learning experience on how the market reacts to certain events or times in our history. Like right now, we're in a financial crisis. So things will be different now compared to the 80s or the 30s. Knowing what this difference is will give you a huge edge over other traders and in the market. That's why in screen time as such, I'm not just talking about looking at charts. I'm talking about the whole picture of trading. Everything you need to do to trade. So, I hope you're encouraged. And if you have any questions, even though you couldn't be a part of the live event, please let me know, and I'll be more than happy to answer them. Hope you enjoyed.